Good evening to all. Welcome to Energy Material Research and Fund. Today with us, Dr. Avantika Hasija and Dr. Sujay Bandhopadhyay. It is my immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Avantika Hasija. Currently, she is a researcher at University of Lorraine, France. She has published so many reputed journals such as Small, Crystal Growth and Design, etc. And her one paper was highly highlighted and also published in magazine. That paper was published in Small, and in that work, their group highlighted that how they prepare the develop organic crystalline material for highly sensitive pressure sensors. So it is my immense pleasure to invite Dr. Avantika Hasija. She will today introduce the opportunity available at France for master degree or PhD or postdoc positions. So welcome to Dr. Avantika Hasija. Over to Avantika Hasija, please.
Thank you, Dr. Arpan, and thank you, Dr. Sujoy, for giving me this opportunity. I think it is a wonderful job that you guys are connecting the researchers, the postdoctoral researchers to the students, and hence bridging this gap in between so that more of information is out and more people can, be directed towards the right direction in terms of research and then further on job. So great work. And
thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think I have actually done my PhD from IISER Bhopal. And further on, I believe that to get into postdoctoral research, there are multiple ways. So at least for postdocs and for PhD students, there are several fellowships that can be written. Especially in European countries, there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of funding where you can apply. So in terms for postdoctoral researchers, I would say like there are Humboldt Fellowship, there is Newton, then if you go for Ireland, then there is this IRC, Irish Research Council, which provides fellowship for the doctoral students. And if you go to individual countries, they have their individual fundings as well. Marie Curie is one of the most reputed fellowships.
Yeah, it's so very popular.
Yes, that is one way, and it requires one to find a host and then to write a research proposal, which will be then submitted by the student along with the host. And that requires permission from the institute or the university as well. So that's a long process. It generally takes around 6 months to a year when you prepare a proposal, then you submit it, then it goes through screening, and then the result comes out, and further on the fellowship starts. So meanwhile, if somebody wants to make use of that time, say you have done your PhD and you want to get into something, there are several other opportunities related to project as well in European countries. So it is good to search individual labs in which you are
Avantika,
interested.
I have one question that I think Marie Curie Fellowship is throughout the year, right? Means just you have to first send a email to that your guide, means host institute guide, and after agreeing, you have to write the proposal.
Yes. So you have that opportunity, but like for Newton Fellowship, it's I think once a year, if I'm not wrong, maybe once or twice a year. So so basically you have in most of these funding agencies or the fellowship that we have, they have a deadline for submission. And additionally, like 2 or 3 months prior to the deadline, the individual institutes also have some deadlines. So there are some universities and institutes that they have their internal deadlines created, that by that certain date you have to submit the documents to the university so that they can move ahead to the funding agencies. So it is good to have an idea of where you want to, do your postdoctoral research, find a proper host, have a good research proposal. And generally people who have done their PhD have a little inclination towards what they want to do, so they have a rough idea of what their research proposal is going to have. And additionally, in these cases, because the funding comes to the lab, the host, if they agree, generally they are also very supportive in writing these fundings. So my point was here that, like, throughout this, the process takes around a year. So meanwhile, it is good to find projects where you can be appointed. So for that, it is good to look at individual labs and see if there are some project openings. So my present position is actually a 1-year postdoc position in CRM2 lab, University of Lorraine. So what is good about this position is that it is one of the most well-known crystallographic lab in
Group. Yes.
in overall Europe, or I would say internationally recognized, especially for crystallography. So for me to learn the most of crystallography, this is like one of the best opportunity.
Institute.
Yeah, because they have a lot of good instrumentation. Then there are opportunity for devising customized instruments as well. So that is a good thing. And
For this
the
position, the after PhD, like we have to go by lab wise and you have to send, or no, this or we some site is there.
Yes. No, so for me, majorly because I was from crystallography field, so I had a few places where I searched for postdoc openings or job openings. So it is one of them is IUCR website, which is International Union of Crystallography. So they have regular postings of jobs and postdocs available overall internationally. Then there are like specific forums. I am not sure whether this is the same case as in other fields also. Like we use instruments from Bruker and Rigaku. These are two companies. So they have their own forums, online forums. So in those forums, regular job openings comes. So we get updates of all the postdocs and the job openings available. So I believe like if somebody is using uh, any certain brand's instrument in their lab, they can maybe go through the website and maybe find a forum there where they can, they can log in and they can find different job opportunities. So this is another way where you can find jobs and postdocs. For me, I got to this opportunity because of attending a conference after my PhD. I came to Strasbourg, France in July for attending an international conference, which was funded by SERB. The travel was taken care by SERB. So in that conference, actually, conferences are very good for networking and all. So if anybody is really interested in, getting hold of a good host or maybe for any possible project position, it's a good outlet. So there I met uh, my present collaborator who is from University of Strasbourg, and they needed a crystallographer at that moment for their project that was for 1 year. So I think in July this all happened. In September I gave my interview, and further on the visa work took some time, but in December beginning I was here.
So
So these are
there is no specific site for that, but they can like instrument, if somebody you are expert in particular instrument, so they can also search from their website also, they can able to.
Yes.
from that. And also conference also plays an important role. If they can attend some good conference in abroad, then also, and also for abroad, for visiting abroad in the conference also, they can also get money from, like you got from Indian government. I think ACRB is
Yes.
as you told. So that is also like they are also offering from India government also, they are offering, if like they will apply for conferences, then also they can able to get that fund.
Yes.
Yeah,
So because
it's a very nice.
I was just
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to finish my PhD. So just before finishing my PhD, I applied for this funding, and I got the the letter from my institute stating that I am a student, and I just defended after that. So once it has been sanctioned, you will get the money even if you have, defended your PhD. So it's a good deal because, uh, I mean, it is really very expensive to
But
travel
that
abroad, especially for
I
a
think
PhD
also
student.
I think also like everyone will not, if they everyone will apply, then everyone will not get, I think, that opportunity. They have some criteria for that, or no? That
Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
good.
They do have criteria. They need at least two first author papers. But I mean, it depends in which field you are. But
Yeah, which field
it's always,
working?
but not that all will get there. But there is a chance that they can able to get it easily if they have some good publications and all. Then easily they can get that.
yes,
Otherwise, it
yes,
will be little difficult for them to get the fund from
yes, yes.
CRB
And
or.
it is relatively easier for students who have done some significant research. Maybe they have done 3 years of research and they have 3 or 4 years and then they have a paper or so. So it is
Mm.
at that time, I think it is the best to avail this funding because you have some
Yes,
experience. It is good to avail, good to, know more. So I think fourth or fifth year
apply
is a
for
good
this.
time to apply for this. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And no other
Yeah.
sites for that, like any also any sites like you were told, some international union of
Of crystallography.
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 So that for the
Yeah.
crystallography, those who are doing research on crystallography, for them it will be helpful. Like if they can also go from this site, also they can able to get the
Yes.
update regarding the postdoc positions. Uh,
Mhm.
in this is only for UK or all over the world?
No,
For
no,
No.
this is
All.
actually an international forum for crystallography. So whether there is a job in US or Europe or Australia, anywhere, there will be an opening highlight there.
Yeah.
So in this field, I think you can get a lot of information. And additionally, I would say people are now very active on Twitter. So it is
Yes.
good to have a good network there, and you can get more, these projects, news of these projects opening, and for postdoctoral positions and PhDs than you can get anywhere else. Because nowadays, this is
Yeah.
Twitter is a
Twitter
very
is very
good,
active.
yes, so
yes,
Yeah.
also
it's a very
LinkedIn
active,
also, yes.
yes,
And also, I think RSC is organizing some poster presentation, Twitter presentation.
yes,
So whoever
yes,
the researcher, they have actively participate there, and they will be little bit familiar. And from that, if they find out some host or find out some good researcher, and it will be then
yeah.
helpful. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So thank
For
you,
me
Avantika.
personally, sorry, one point more. For me personally,
Yeah.
conferences always have been very helpful. So,
Yes.
in the beginning of my career, it gave me a lot of ideas to do what I want to do in research in future. Then, in the end, it helped me to find postdocs and jobs. And each conference is good to explore the city as well as the subject. So, it's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's very
one
good.
more thing, that conference really it will be help to all the researchers. Like you, like one point is important, that attending conference plays an important role for this. But yes, definitely, if you can go from good conference, then definitely it will helpful. Like
Yeah.
in international conferences is helpful.
Mhm.
But whether it will be like helpful if those who are joined just they started research, like PhD first year or second year, whether it will be helpful for
Yes.
them or no, after 2 3 years when they have some result, then only it will be highly helpful for them. So to attending the
No,
conference.
I think both will be helpful, because if are a new brain means they can look at the poster, they will act as a participate only, and they look at how the research work is going on, and from there if they think about some new idea, new research plan, then it will be also good. And also who are already 2 3 year experience, they have showcased their result, because I have experience in my last
I
year of
think
PhD. I went.
yes, yes,
Hello.
yes, yes.
Yeah, in last year of my PhD, I went TIFR for poster presentation, and I present my poster research work, and that during that conference I got a news I have submitted the paper in CRM2, and that was rejected. After reviewing the reviewer, it was rejected. And when I'm presenting in conference, I am show my result, and that time one professor who is examiner, he came to my poster and he asked some question. I tell about my work, and he suggested me one good plan. Why you are not painting this one to your reaction vessel for doing the photocatalysis? You show your advantage. And just I have do that one, and again I came back and I try to review that my PhD guide never do, but that time he has done, and that is as it is accepted and as a cover letter also. So I think anytime if you attended any conference in good international conference, and if you interact with people, it will be always helpful.
Yes, yes, it
Yes.
will be helpful. But I think for getting the postdoc positions and all, I think if they can attend like after 2 3, after they have some papers and all, then I think it will be helpful for them to forget the positions, because they can able to learn from from their field. They can able to see so many professors, and directly they can also approach them like that they are also interested in this field. They are also working on this field, so that there will be interaction between them. So I think it will be helpful for getting postdoc positions, if so those are interested, if they will attend after 2 3 years. For them, for getting postdoc, it
Yes.
will be easier, and to learn these
Yes.
things then from the beginning, it will be helpful. So